Hey everyone, and welcome to SportScene13, along with the entire Blue Ridge crew. I'm Bob Capasso, glad to have you along. It was a fantastic fall season at Northwestern Lehigh with 3 state champions, and it's carrying over into the winter. So let's get to it. We have a lot to get to, so we will start with girls basketball. Brooke Balliet, Kara Thomas are with us. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. It was a great fall. Now it carries over into winter. It's been a heck of a year here in New Tripoli.
It's been a really great year. I was on the soccer team in the fall, and just the excitement around all the sports, I mean, field hockey, soccer, boys soccer, football, they all made it really far and got some big titles, Colonial League titles, district side titles, and then our girls and boys soccer teams and the football team got that state title. So there's a lot of excitement around, and I think a lot of that momentum is starting to carry into our winter seasons as it's like a pushing motivation for us.
Yeah. You know, what's happened, this is not a surprise. I think you've been one of the favorites since the beginning of the season. You know, talk about the expectations coming into this year.
Yeah, I think coming in, we knew that we would be favored, and I think with that comes like pressure, but I think pressure is a good thing, and it allows us to kind of, you know, perform well, and, you know, we have expectations for ourselves, and we have goals for ourselves that we want to meet, and it just makes us work harder, and, you know, we just really want to get to the places where we want to go. Where
have been the big ones? You haven't lost since opening day. Are there a couple of wins that have stood out this year so far?
I think we had a few good wins. I mean, even when we play against those teams that we may like blow out a little bit more, I think we still show good like skills, and they could be considered our good games because we demonstrate like our good like team chemistry and everything. But Palmerton's definitely always a good game. Notre Dame was a great game, and Freedom.
Yeah, it was good. I would also say Northern, the first time we played Northern Lehigh, that was a pretty close game, so I think it'll be interesting to see, you know, we play them this week, so seeing how we match up against them now compared to the beginning of the season will be definitely interesting for sure.
And Kara, congratulations. You are now the all-time leading scorer here. What did that mean? She was a teammate of yours. What did it mean to surpass her number?
Yeah, I mean, it was really exciting. I mean, she was a phenomenal player, and, you know, we had the privilege of playing with her for 2 years, freshman and sophomore year, so I think I just, like, learned a lot from her. She was a great leader, and she taught us how to be a really great teammate, and I think I take a lot of what I learned from her, and I do that now. So it just meant a lot, and, you know, it's a great honor to, you know, I guess hold that title for our school, so.
We're talking girls basketball. Chris Deutsch, head coach of the Tigers, with us. Great to see you.
Great to see you.
And great to see the Tigers on a win streak. It always seems that we say the same thing. You're on some kind of big win streak right now. You haven't lost since opening day. I hope I didn't just jinx that, too.
I hope you didn't either. Yeah, the girls have been doing a great job, and we're getting contributions from multiple players. But we try to tell the girls it's just regular season, so there's a long way to go yet, and hopefully we can stay healthy and keep getting better and better. But, I mean, we've been off to a great start, no doubt about it. But we're trying to tell them it's one game at a time, and it's only regular season games so far.
And we talked to the girls about the fall season, and Brooke was part of that great soccer team that won a state championship. Here at Northwestern, how do you get that winning attitude? It seems like it just floats around the school.
I know. Sometimes I think it's maybe what's in the water up here. I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, this has been, but, you know, we've had good years in the past, but this is at another level, what the fall sports programs did. And, you know, I think as winter sports, hopefully you can keep the momentum going into, you know, and then into the spring. But, you know, yeah, it's been unbelievable and a lot of these girls, you know, from our basketball team had success, like you said, with soccer, and also field hockey had a really good year too. So to have a lot of success in multiple sports, you know, it's a real credit to we have a lot of great guys and girls up here who do a great job.
What's happening on the court with the Tigers right now?
I think right now we're just getting, I think offensively we're scoring, you know, more than maybe we've had in the past, and I think we're getting good defense. So I think we're getting contributions from multiple players. So to have other girls step up has really been a big help. I know people going into this, you know who Kara Thomas is, but I think we've gotten contributions from other players for us this year, which has made a big difference.
Yeah, Brooke and Kara were here. Talk about the others who stepped up.
Brooke and Kara for sure, but we've had, we have a freshman this year, Natalie Connor, who's our second leading scorer on our team this year. She's been off to a great start. Emma Freeman comes in and can give us some instant offense. Olivia Reinhardt, having Paige Bissell, who's one of the best soccer players, coming off the bench, having a Hannah Gober coming off the bench, Mallory Connor, who was just semifinalist for tennis in the district, so she's an unbelievable athlete. So to have 8 girls that be able to get contributions from has been making a big difference. So we don't have to rely on 1 or 2 girls all the time.
We turn to boys basketball and the Northwestern Tigers here. Eli Zimmerman, Gavin Nelson, Josh Wombold, and Shane Marth. First of all, guys, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
It's been a great season. 14-2 at this point, on a roll. One of the top teams in the Colonial. I think we thought that this could be a good year, but did we think that it would be 14-2 great at this point?
Yeah, I'll take this one. Personally, I just think, going into the season, Coach Wanamaker, we all had high hopes. We all knew what we were capable of, even going just based off what we did in summer, going to Albright, just participating in, I think it was the Wilson Summer League. By going off that, we just saw how good we could be as a team, how much chemistry we have, and how good that we could do this year.
Yeah, I mean, to piggyback off that, like he said, we spent a lot of time in the summer with each other. Definitely built a lot of team chemistry throughout those days. We lost one starter last year, Ethan Kozlowski, and Brady Krimmel has to fill that role this year, and he's been doing a great job. So just having all 5 of our starters and then having a lot of depth in the bench has been a really key factor for us, giving us some rest too here and there.
Yeah, and it was kind of a slow start to the season because of all that happened with soccer and football and the fall sports. But you guys gelled quickly. I mean, how did that happen that you got out on the court and got together? And were you able to shoot or get together while all that was going on, or was this just something where you guys were ready to get out on the court together?
I really think summer helped with it a lot, playing together all summer, keeping our starters there and everything. And then, we just showed up, got some shots up, and we played really well together all summer, and then coming into the season, we started playing even better together.
Yeah, we dealt with the same thing last year, not having the football guys for a while. So it was just the basketball guys for a good amount of time. And then when the football guys came back, we started to have a lot more time together, and that helped us out a lot.
Is this kind of a season that you've been building toward? Because, we have the 4 seniors here, but there's a lot of other pieces. Is this something that you kind of been really targeting?
Yeah, I would say it's a definitely main point for us. Ever since this year started, we always had the goal of making a run at leagues, making a run at districts, making a run in states, So I don't think that what's happening is a shock to us, because I know what everyone on our team knows what we're capable of, and we just want to go out there and show it.
Yeah, last year our season in the playoffs got cut short, and we loved having that sort of feeling, and we definitely want to be back there. So I think we could do that this year.
Yeah, us 4, we've been playing together for such a long time now, and we all had a lot of significant time in our earlier high school careers. So as freshmen and sophomores, we played a lot of basketball together. Definitely some things that weren't great, but things that gave us some learning opportunities to do and improve in these last year and this year. And this year as seniors, we just knew, hey, we have to take that one more step just to get to these next games. We have the experience to do it, and definitely the athletes to do it here.
Yeah. Has there been a high point to the season, a big win, something that really stands out this year?
I think our last win really stood out a lot. Lehigh, and losing them last year really was bad for us and put us down, but we knew going into this game was going to be a tough fight. We knew Lehigh was good. They brought a lot of their starters back, but we knew if we played well together, we could win that game.
Yeah, I'd say Pottsville too. Going over to Marks Hall is always tough, but I think our guys, we did really well over there, and that was a big one for us as well.
But right now, Patrick Wanamaker, the head coach of the Northwestern boys basketball team, great to see you. Great to see such a great season for this team so far.
Yeah, so far it's been fun. We hit the ground running once the football team was done taking care of what they needed to take care of in the fall, and I feel like after Christmas was our first time to kind of breathe and reflect on some things, but it's been a good time.
how did you get them up to speed so quickly? How did they get up to speed so quickly? Because the great run by the soccer team, the great run by the football team, you didn't have your whole team, and until we got into the season. How did that happen? I mean, because it happened pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could tell you I had some magic recipe for you, some secret, but these kids just do a really good job preparing themselves, and that's just in general. If it's football season, they work hard at that, but they're taking care of their bodies. They're in the weight room, doing the right thing, and some of the kids touched on it too. We were able to play, I think, 25 or 26 games together this summer. So looking back at last year, we still had that delayed start last year, but it was our first year together as a staff and within the program, and having last season and then a whole nother season by number of games over the summer. We learned a lot about each other, and we weren't starting at the bottom of the mountain. So it wasn't quite as hard of a climb, to start this year. But, a lot of that credit, if not all of it, goes to those kids because they're just ready to go. Whatever the sport, whatever the day, whatever the time, they're just ready to go battle.
It was no secret. You haven't snuck up on anybody this year. But did you think it would be 14-2 good?
I thought we had a chance. I was a little worried about how quickly things were going to come together when the season started. But like I said, these guys, they didn't miss a beat. They won a state football title on a Saturday, and Monday at 4 o'clock they were all here in the gym for practice. Monday and Tuesday were a little slow that first week, but they were still here and they were putting the time in. I think the first hurdle for us to show me how special this team has a chance to be was that Pottsville win. I know they brought a lot of guys back from last year. I think they brought back 4 starters from last year. And we were able to go up there and get another good win. And then I think Eli pointed out, that Nazareth win, but the one game to me that stuck out was actually the loss to Whitehall. Yeah. We went down to Whitehall in their home gym. Top of the 6A bracket. Jeff Jones prepares those guys every year.
Place to play, yeah.
Hard place to play. It was they retired Pete Lisicki's jersey before the game.
Great.
So
yeah, it all against you.
It was a really good atmosphere, and ultimately we lost that game, but we lost that game by 6, and we were 1 of 10 from the free throw line. So in hindsight, we did enough to win that basketball game, and the way we rebounded the next night against Nazareth, all those are very positive things. But if you'd ask me if we'd be 15-2 right now or 14-2 right now, I don't know that I would have believed you, but I'll take it.
Now we turn to wrestling here at Northwestern, and a resurgence going on here in Tigerland. With us is Weston Killar, Colby Townley, Chase Sakanik, Luke Fogazzato. Guys, thanks for joining us. Talk about this team. I know, before we came on, we were talking about the past, and it's been a while since this team had won and been in the district duels. But this year it seems like you're coming back. What's happening? What is this team makeup, and why has it been such a good season for you guys?
First off, I'd say probably it's definitely big that we don't have any forfeits this year. We got everyone out for a spot, and that's been hard for us the past couple of years. We haven't had a full team in a while.
What's kind of the strength of this team? I know sometimes they say lower weight, upper weight. Is there one spot, or are you pretty consistent through this lineup?
I'd say we're pretty consistent, but definitely our upper weights, and we have a few lower weights that are hammers, but I would say definitely our upper weights is where we take most of our points.
I don't know, I mean, has anybody talked to you about the history of Northwestern? Because you're kind of getting into that realm where you're doing so well that they start to say, wow, this is what happened in the past. Has anybody kind of talked to you about, what the history of this program was and how this team kind of starts to remind you of them?
Definitely the team history has been on our mind from the start of the season. Really been wanting to change that, so yeah, just upgrading.
Yeah. What is important to bringing this? We're sitting here with a sophomore, couple of freshmen. Obviously the feeder program is big. Talk about coming up through the ranks up to Northwestern.
Coming up, we definitely had some good feeder programs, especially in youth. That's kind of where it all started, and it's still a really strong foundation to this day. And then it went up to junior high. We had great teams when I was coming up. Unfortunately, we lost a couple people to recruiting, but still we had a lot a lot of people stay. We had talent stay, and it all comes up to here. That's when it all matters. And then we use what we learned from all those years, and then we just put it all out on the mat now.
Now, wrestling, and Joe Collar, head coach, is with us. Welcome back, Northwestern Wrestling. I mean, you know, this was a program that was one of the preeminent programs in District 11 for years. You've been okay, but now the last couple of years you started to bounce back. You know, talk about this resurgence that the Tigers are having.
Yeah, I'm excited. We're doing relatively well this year. For the youth, since I've been involved, we've been relatively successful for the past 7-8 years. Now the kids I've been coaching are now up at the high school, so we're just getting to have a little success now, so it's nice.
Well, talk about that. I mean, how important is it to have this all start in the youth programs?
Yeah, that's where it all begins for every program, is the youth. Do well in youth, you need to try to continue it up through the high school. So I think at Northwestern, the youth program's been relatively successful the past 7-8 years, so it's been good.
And you got to love the future. I mean, most of your guys are underclassmen. You have to love what you're looking forward to with this wrestling program.
Next 3-4 years should be good, definitely. Yeah.
Hey, talk about Luke. I mean, you know, state final last year. He's had some big matches. He still has, you know, 2 more years. You know, what was that experience like for him, for you, as a coach, being out there and getting that experience out in Hershey?
Oh, it's great for the team and program to see that someone local from Northwestern can make state finals and compete. So it's really big for, more than he realized, it's really big for the program for him to make it there. And it's good for me to just get back out of states. Truthfully, I haven't been there in years since I really wrestled. So I started coaching again, so it's good to be out there on the floor.
Yeah. How much did your experience out there help? I mean, when you talk to these guys?
Yeah, just remember, it's always just a wrestling match. That's all it is. Just got to remember that.
It's just in a big arena with a lot of people.
Yeah, just a little more people, that's all. Same thing you do every day.
Yeah, and how much did Luke getting out there, how much did you bring that experience to the other guys? I don't know if it's something that you talk about or that you work on in the mat, that you use that experience for these other guys.
I always tell the kids the most important thing in wrestling is just wrestle hard. And Luke did that last year and won a bunch of close matches at states and made finals, so it was great. Yeah. Sort of what we say every day, just wrestle hard. Yeah.
We don't want to finish up without thanking Jason Zimmerman, the athletic director here at Northwestern, for kind of putting all these moving parts together. We thank him for that. We thank everybody here at Northwestern. That'll do it for us. We enjoyed having the Northwestern wrestling, girls basketball, and boys basketball teams with us. Hope you enjoyed it as well. For everyone here at BRC 13, I'm Bob Capasso. We'll see you next time on Sports Scene 13.